Once upon a time, in the heart of a serene village, lived a man named Obinna. Obinna was a respected member of the community, known for his kindness and generosity. He was a noble fisherman of the land. He was well-to-do and a very comfortable man. However, there was one sorrow that weighed heavily on his heart. His beloved wife, Nkechi, was unable to bear him children despite years of marriage. Despite her inability to bear him a child, Obinna's love for his wife remained unchanged and unending. His wife, Nkechi, was constantly worried and blamed herself for their inability to have children. But her husband always assured her that God's time was the best. Nkechi suggested to her husband to take a second wife, but Obinna was not in support of it. Nkechi kept on pressuring him till he finally succumbed to the idea. Desperate for a heir to carry on his lineage, he decided to take a second wife. Obinna took a second wife, Ada, in the hopes that she would bless him with children. Ada was Nkechi's friend, whom she recommended for her husband to marry. Ada was a beautiful woman with a sharp wit, but her heart was filled with jealousy and resentment towards Nkechi. Nkechi's misery started the moment Ada was married into that family. The next day, after Ada was married, Nkechi wanted to talk to her, but Ada shunned her and told her that everyone should know their place by now. She called Nkechi a barren woman and told her that she was a witch and had eaten up all the children that she would have given birth to. When Obinna came back that night, Nkechi reported the issue to him. Obinna cautioned Ada and asked it not to repeat itself again. Nkechi and Ada took turns on who will sleep in their husband's hut every night. At some point, Ada convinced her husband that Nkechi has been trying to get pregnant since, and she has not succeeded, and there was no need for her to continue trying. Obinna told her that they would stick to how things are supposed to be. This angered Ada so much that she knew that she had to do something. Ada visited a native doctor that gave her a substance to put in Obinna's food, that after Obinna eating the food, she will become his favorite wife. He also gave her a powder that she will always speak into and blow the powder. Then Obinna will grant her her heart desires. When Ada got home, she prepared Obinna's favorite food and put the substance in it. Obinna ate the meal hastily and continued to shower Ada with praises. He promised her heaven and earth. Ada was happy because it seems as if her charm was working already. That night, Nkechi was supposed to spend the night with Obinna, but he requested that Ada come to his hut. Nkechi cried her eyes out and went to her hut to sleep. She felt rejected by her own husband. The next day, Obinna made Nkechi do all the house chores and even commanded her to serve him and Ada. Nkechi suffered maltreatment in their hands. They mocked her and always kept leftover foods for her to eat. Nkechi regretted asking her husband to marry another woman because he had turned into something else. Months passed and Ada conceived. Nkechi's maltreatment doubled. Obinna didn't let Ada raise a finger. He told Nkechi that Ada has done something that she could not do in many years. Nkechi prayed fervently to be able to carry her own child. Ada finally gave birth to a female child whom she named Chikodile. Obinna was happy but not too excited because he really wanted a male child that would carry on his lineage. Obinna gradually started drowning himself in alcohol because of his inability to get a male child. A drunken Obinna entered Nkechi's hut one night and had intimacy with her. He woke up the next morning and found himself lying next to Nkechi. He angrily stood up and left her hut. Ada and her daughter kept on throwing hurtful words at Nkechi. They didn't hesitate to remind her of her predicament every single time. 5 months later, Nkechi found out that her tummy kept on protruding. Obinna and Ada mocked her. They told her that it was all the evil she has done that is backfiring to her. But she didn't mind because she knows that her hands were clean. Her stomach kept on growing that she decided to visit a herbalist. The herbalist confirmed her to be pregnant, few months away from having her child. Nkechi was shocked to hear that. She had a lot of emotions going through her. She wished she got pregnant sooner. Maybe she wouldn't have gone through all that suffering. On getting home, she decided not to tell her husband because it wouldn't make any difference. She kept on going about her normal life and chores. After some time, Ada started suspecting that Nkechi was pregnant and informed Obinna because she felt that Nkechi had met another man. Obinna was angry and immediately summoned Nkechi. He asked her who was responsible for her pregnancy. Nkechi reminded him when he came to her hut and had intimacy with her. Ada saw red. She was angry with Obinna, but he told her that after all, Nkechi was still his wife. 3 months passed by quickly, and to everyone's surprise, Nkechi gave birth to a healthy baby boy and named him Chinaza. After Chinaza was born, Obinna started changing towards Nkechi. He paid more attention to her and resumed being a lovely husband to her. However, Ada's heart burned with envy as she feared that Obinna would abandon her and their daughter in favor of Nkechi and her son. Ada went back to the native doctor because it seemed as if his charms were failing her. But the native doctor told her that every charm has an expiring date. The native doctor warned her against doing any other thing bad to Nkechi because it would surely backfire, but Ada's mind was made up. Driven by jealousy, Ada sought the help of another powerful native doctor, known for his dark magic. She begged him to rid her of Nkechi and ensure that Obinna would love only her and their daughter. The native doctor, tempted by the promise of riches, agreed to help Ada. Ada lured Nkechi out one afternoon, telling her that their husband asked her to meet him at the stream. Immediately she got to the stream. The native doctor cast a spell on Nkechi, transforming her into a golden fish and hiding her away in the depths of the village stream. When dawn broke, Nkechi was nowhere to be found, and panic gripped Obinna as they searched in vain for his lovely wife. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Yet, Nkechi was nowhere to be found. Chinaza was left in the care of Ada, and he suffered loss of maltreatment. He was starved and clothed in torn clothes. He went for errands way above his age. His sister, Chikodili, was pampered while he was treated differently. Meanwhile, Obinna grew into a strong and curious young man. Despite the whispers and rumors surrounding his mother's disappearance, he vowed and remained determined to uncover the truth. One day, while fetching water from the stream, he heard a soft voice calling out to him from the water's edge. He looked around and saw nobody in sight, so he hurriedly carried his water pot home. He told himself that it was hunger that made him to think that someone was calling his name. This kept on happening until Chinaza summoned the courage to answer that voice. The next day, as he got to the stream, the same voice called out to him, and he answered and asked the person to reveal itself. Suddenly, a very beautiful golden fish emerged from inside the water. To his astonishment, Ikenna discovered that the voice belonged to his mother, now trapped in the form of the golden fish. Nkechi revealed the evil of Ada and the native doctor's dark magic. She told Chinaza that there is a small calabash under Ada's bed in her room. That until that calabash is broken, that she will not be released from being a fish. Filled with anger, Chinaza promised to save his mother and set her free. When Chinaza got home, he tried all he could to enter Ada's room, but all his efforts proved abortive, as Ada will not allow anyone into her bedroom. Chinaza went back to the stream and called out to his mother. Two of them spent some time together. After 1 month, Chinaza was yet to have access into Ada's room. He kept on spending time with his mother and assuring her that she would be set free very soon. As fate would have it, luck shined on Chinaza and his mother as Ada went to take her bath one morning. She forgot to lock her room because she thought she was the only one at home. Chinaza hurriedly entered her room and searched for the calabash. He found the calabash lying under her bed. He grabbed it and ran outside immediately. Ada rushed out from the bedroom as she heard some sounds and saw Chinaza with the calabash. She rushed to grab it while begging him not to allow anything happen to the calabash. Chinaza threw the calabash on the floor and it broke into pieces. Ada let out a loud scream and fell on the ground. The noise they were making attracted the villagers, and all of them were shocked as they heard Ada confessing and shouting. Chinaza hurried to the stream. As he got there, he saw a woman sitting at the bank of the stream, using pieces of leaves to cover her body. He immediately gave her a wrapper, hugged her, and led her home. When they got home, Ada was roaming mad already. Obinna fell to his knees, crying and apologizing to his son and his wife. They forgave him, knowing fully well that he was not in his right senses. Chikodili also apologized to her stepmother. Nkechi forgave her and took her as her own daughter. In the end, peace was restored to the village. Nkechi, Obinna, Chinaza and Chikodili reunited and continued living in peace. But the memory of the betrayal lingered, serving as a cautionary tale of jealousy and the consequences of dark magic in the hearts of men.